Hey everybody, welcome back. Very glad you are here. I hope that wherever you are today, you are experiencing some kind of joy. I just finished the second workout of the day, which was upper body stuff, trying to take care of the whole enchilada, as it were. Did a 2-mile interval run this morning. I don't share all of that as some big boastful, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing. I take seriously that if you're gonna be in this space and you're gonna try and help people live better and take care of themselves, like, you should stack up evidence that you yourself are doing the things that you tell other people to do. So, you know, when it comes to physical wellness and taking care of yourself, I take that pretty seriously. So today was second workout, feeling pretty okay, and ready to talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind this week while getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, because that is actually happening. I wanted to do something really practical, and so I'm gonna do that first, and then I have another thought that I've really been marinating in for the last few days. On a practical note, if you wanna do something for yourself that costs $0, is really good for you, and you can get it done in very little time, walk barefoot in the grass. I mean that as seriously as I mean anything else that I've said in any of my videos. Take your shoes off, walk barefoot in the grass. There's a whole big sciencey reason, and I'm not gonna try and mumble my way through what that reason is. I just know that it's true. And sure, it sounds all hippy dippy and long hair weirdo stuff and whatever, man, I don't care. Walk barefoot in the grass. There is a thing that happens to our physiology when we step barefoot into the earth from which we came out of. It is powerful and it is real. You can do it in 5 minutes every day. In fact, you can start to chain these things together. Go outside in the morning, yes, in the wet grass, stare at the sun, and stand barefoot in the grass for a few minutes. And tell me if in a couple weeks you don't feel better. It is one of the great, simple methods that you can use to take care of yourself. So do that. Let me know, how does it go? Tell me if it works, if I'm crazy, if I'm just a long-haired hippie. I would have made a good hippie. Go barefoot in the grass, enjoy it. We were made to walk barefoot in the grass. I think about this all the time. I wrote a poem about this, about how there's so much insulated layer between us and the earth, and we wear these insulated rubber shoes, and we walk on tile on top of this, on top of concrete, on top of that, and there's inches and feet between us and the earth with which we were made to connect. And then we go home to our climate controlled, insulated, walk around in house shoes homes and spend almost no time with our feet in the grass, and I think that's a great tragedy. So give it a try, get your feet in the grass. Dang, that is a pretty red cardinal bird right there. It was the other thing that I've been thinking about, and I say this because it's been an issue that I've had to wrestle with this week. And it's this idea of pride and patience. I don't know if we spend a lot of time thinking about the correlation between pride and patience. I'm not talking about being patient in traffic or being patient with your kids or being patient with students. I'm talking about the patience that is required in order to A, take care of yourself, and B, to be a better human. And it's something that it kind of caught me off guard when I had the thought of, like, pride and patience cannot cohabitate. It is maybe not impossible, but I would argue maybe really close to impossible to cultivate genuine well-being and to become a better person if you're not patient with yourself. You know, in my late 20s, I was an avid triathlete, CrossFit athlete, and some other things. Man, I could run for forever. I was doing 20-mile runs, I was doing marathons, half triathlon. I was having a blast. And that went away from me for about a decade. And I've been back into running, and I'm finding that I get winded after a mile or two if I run at the pace I used to run at. So I can't do that anymore. Yet. But if I'm not careful, I will let pride drive me into stupid action, which will actually negatively impact my well-being. If I try to rack up all the miles I used to run, and I'm just gonna get hurt, and I'm back to not running. And I feel so alive after I run. Yeah, running sucks, it hurts. Oh, none of it feels good. But there's still this aliveness that I feel when I'm in it. And the mosquitoes are just having a feast. So I have to put my pride down, and I have to humbly acknowledge that I am where I am. And I think for a lot of us, that's harder than we think it is. And it's harder than we're willing to acknowledge. It's hard to put your pride down. It's hard to be like, man, I can't do much more than a mile or two right now. And that's okay. I can do 3 pull-ups at a time. I used to do 50. You know, like, contentment in the present moment leads to humility. Humility leads to kindness towards oneself. And the more we practice patience with where we are in the present moment, the further we can go up the mountain, the further we can climb, the further we can run, the further we can better take care of ourselves, the further we can help others along on the journey. I think the whole process starts with recognition. Like, if you're having a negative thought about yourself, if your thoughts are anything other than encouraging, growing, cultivating, any of those ings, then you are probably experiencing pride. Even if you're putting yourself down, like, oh, I'm so terrible, I didn't do my workout. Oh, I'm so terrible, I ate a bowl of ice cream the size of my face. That's still pride. You may be putting yourself down, but that's no less pride. Patience sounds really different. Patience says, I did a mile today. Last week I only did a half mile. Patience says, yep, I ate this bowl of ice cream, I sure did, and I'm gonna do a better job tomorrow. That's what patience sounds like. And the more we develop patience in our own well-being, the less we get prideful and the less we make stupid mistakes. The less we do things that lead to our dis-ease, to our lack of well-being. And I think even just talking about it has helped me recognize where I need to work on that in my own journey of well-being. So I hope you find that helpful. Hope you find that encouraging. And I hope more than anything you're kind to yourself. Like, if you want to know what it feels like to be patient with yourself, just be kind. You don't have to put yourself up, you don't have to put yourself down. Shoot, you don't even have to put yourself sideways. That was a terrible dad joke. Just be kind to yourself. Man, go to YouTube, look up Andrew Peterson, Be Kind to Yourself. That's what patience sounds like. That song is what it sounds like to put your pride down. So, that's all I have for today. Hope you have an awesome day. I hope whatever comes immediately after this video for you is something good, something you can relish, something that will help you along your journey of soul care. Until next time, keep climbing. There's a car coming. It's gonna happen a lot. Number 4 car, that's number 5. 2 of them, it's 5 and 6 actually. Humility leads to more traffic. And there's car number 9.